Hello, I'm Eloise and this is my channel, and for today's video we are doing the ultimate going out makeup. Whether you're going on a date, you're going out on the town, you're going to the shops, you're going to work and you need a bit of full glam, this is the makeup for you. This is pretty much my go-to going out makeup because it's quick, it's simple, it doesn't take me a long time at all, and it just makes you look so bloody glamorous, and I love it. Really intensifies the colour of your eyes, whether you've got brown, green, blue, grey eyes, just makes them pop. Love it. But while I've got you here, make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe and all that jazz. And if you're interested in seeing how I got this look, then make sure you keep on watching. So I'm going to do my skin first. I tend to do my skin first because I most likely am not going to get any fallout, but hopefully I am using new palettes that I haven't used before, so we shall see. But anyway, I prefer to do my skin first on myself. So I'm going to go for my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. You guys know how it is, it's just my favourite. So I'm going to take my stippling brush by So Eco, which is one of my favourite brushes at the moment. I'm just going to stamp that all over the skin. And this is going to be like the perfect date night makeup, going out makeup, if you're a full glam kind of gal, and everyday makeup. Yeah, I think I might go for a deep matte brown smoky eye, because that is generally my go-to going out makeup. I'm thinking of actually doing like a really in-depth complexion tutorial. So for those of you who've got dry skin, oily skin, whatever skin, and then I'm going to do an in-depth blending slash eyeshadow tutorial, then I'll do a brow one, just so that if I do have any beginners that watch me, they can sort of go back to basics, I guess. And I did get requested that quite a lot when I put a question thing on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do. It's at Eloise May MUA. I always ask you guys what you want to see, because obviously I'm not making these videos for me, I'm making them for you, so I want them to be as beneficial as possible to you guys. So yeah, go and follow me on Instagram so you can get involved in my polls and my questions. Yeah, I just love, love, love this foundation, and I've also done a wear test on this foundation as well, so you can see how many hours it lasts for. Hint, it's a very bloody long time. That is my foundation on. Depending on how I'm feeling, I would cream bronzer, but I don't think I can be bothered today. Also, I must mention, because I haven't filmed since having this done, but I had dermaplaning done the other day by my good friend Sam. I will leave her Instagram down below and on the screen now. I'm so happy that I got it done because I really have a very furry face. So I found my forehead was very, very furry, and it always bothered me because I felt like when I blended bronzer or cream bronzer into my forehead, it just wouldn't sit right, it would go really patchy. So I went and got dermaplaning done with Sam, and it changed my life. My makeup sits so much nicer on my skin now, so I'm definitely going to start having that once a month. It's basically like shaving the top layer of your skin off, so it takes all the hair and the dead skin. Yeah, definitely recommend. If you are in the Kent area, make sure you go and follow Sam, because could not recommend dermaplaning enough. Okay, on to concealer. So I have just been using all of my concealers up at the moment because I have put myself on a spending ban this month because I spend too much money on makeup every month. So I can't buy my Sleep Life Proof Concealer, which is my ride or die. So I am having to use my Makeup Revolution and my Flower Beauty concealer. And since I've started setting the concealers a lot more underneath my eyes, they haven't been causing me grief, which is a plus. So yeah, I'm going to use them up before I buy myself a new one, because I am sensible and I don't spend money willy-nilly anymore. Jokes, when it's May the 1st, I will be going straight out to buy my Sleep concealer. I don't like to go crazy coverage with my foundation or my concealer. I don't know if you are new here, But yes, I much prefer a medium buildable coverage to my foundation and then building up wherever I need to with concealer. So underneath my eyes and in the centre of my face and any blemishes that I might have. So yeah, I'm using my Flower Beauty and a little bit of my Makeup Revolution. Going to set my under eyes with my Maybelline Matte Maker. So I do one layer of this and then I will do a second layer with my little sponge thing, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. Powder puff. So I just fold it in half, get some of the powder and just really press underneath my eyes. And I'm going to do this around my mouth as well. Okay, and now I'm just going to dust it away because I don't do any crazy baking or anything like that. I've actually been setting here recently because I feel like my bronzer keeps going really patchy, and I think it's because I don't set there. But I never used to do that, so I don't really know what's going on. But anyway, let's go on to highlighter. So I've been really loving my Japonesque brush in 721, which is this really big fluffy highlighting brush. Well, I use it for highlighter anyway. I'm gonna go for my Primark Brunch Club in the shade... Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Why are you talking like that?
I'm filming.
Goodbye.
Oh no! What do you want? So, before Jack rudely interrupted, all I did was spray my face with some all-nighter setting spray and then put my Primark Brunch Club in the shade... Oh, maybe it's called Brunch Club. I don't know. This one, which is more like champagne-y sort of colour. And I've just popped that on the tops of my cheekbones. And it's really pretty colour. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can. I like this highlighter because it makes the skin look almost sort of wet. So now I'm going to go in with my Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. If you haven't seen my New York makeup haul, then I will put it in the cards for you. But best bronzer I've ever used in my life. Not just saying that because I loved New York. It really bloody is. It's so finely milled and builds up so beautifully. It's such a good bronzer and it's a lovely shade as well. It smells a bit weird. A lot of people like the smell of it. I'm not a huge fan. But yeah, it's just a lovely colour. Isn't that nice? A bit on the old nose. Don't like to do any crazy contouring. Just boop boop. Now for blush. So we're gonna go for my fave. It's the Morphe Blush Trio in the shade Pop of Coral. I use this absolutely every single day. So I'm just gonna go for Boss. Whenever I see the word boss, I always want to do it in like an American accent, like boss. I'm just putting boss on my cheekbones. That was a really terrible accent, please excuse me. Oh, just love a bit of blush. Love that. And you would never expect that shade there to come out so pink and peachy. But I love it. Okay, so that, the skin done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Loving the way it's looking actually. Just all my favourite products, all in one base. Amazing. So, now let's go on to the eyes. So, I like to do really quick and simple eyes these days, but with a lot of impact. I'm going to do matte brown with a smoky black liner. I just decided that right now. So that's what we're going to do. So, I'm just popping down my eyeshadow primer in Enigma by Urban Decay. Can't get this one anymore, so the closest one would be Eden. It's just a bit more of a yellow tone. I feel like I repeat the same things in all of my videos, but you never know. If you've got new people watching, they might not know what I'm going on about. So please excuse my repetition, but I've just got to deliver the knowledge at all times, you know? So I'm just patting that in with my finger. Don't need no brushes at this point. I feel a brush would be wasted on this step, and just dirty a brush that I might need. Okay, this is going to be super simple. I bought a few weeks ago when I bought the Morphe 35G palette. If you haven't watched that video, it will be again in the cards and the description box down below. At the same time, I bought the Jaclyn Hill Vault, and I've just been trying to use them as much as possible. It's hard to get through new palettes, especially when you buy 5 at a time and you've got all your other palettes that you love to use as well. So I'm just gonna try and use these as much as possible. But today I'm gonna be using the Ring the Alarm palette, which looks like this. And I'm also going to use Armed and Gorgeous, which is the yellowy green one. Because there's lovely a couple of browns in there, and you can also blend out with the orangey yellow ones as well. So that's what I'm going to use today. So first of all, I am going to put down the shade Secret from Ring the Alarm palette, and I'm going to take that on a Zoeva 227 if I can find one. Actually no, I'm going to go for a Morphe R39, which is a nice flat packing fluffy brush. So I'm going to load my brush up with Secret, and I'm just going to press that down all over the lid. Now this is going to be the easiest smoky eye tutorial you've ever seen in your life. Now I love a cooler toned brown on my blue eyes. I feel like it really makes them stand out and pop. There is no fallout on my face so far, which makes me happy. I put that down on my lid, very, very pigmented. I never doubted it. The reason I bought these palettes is because I just didn't believe all of that silly controversy. I thought, I need to try this for myself. So here I am. So I'm just going round very, very softly, just to ever so slightly soften the edges. I don't want to completely blend this out because that's what my next shade is going to do. So I brought that high enough for you to be able to see the edge when my eye is open. So now we're going to go for something much more rounded on the end of the brush. So we're going to go for Zoeva 221, which is stained. I'm going to take Mugshot, which is a much more warm tone brown, but I'm liking it. And I'm just going to softly pop that around the edges. 50% on the colour, 50% off. And because my brush is nice and rounded on the end, rather than flat like the R39 we just used for the other brown, I'm just going to buff it really, really nicely. And you can see that's just softening the edge. You can keep it rounded, you can wing it out, you do whatever you want to do, girl. So now I'm going to go back in my R39 just to really help blend those two colours together. Didn't add any extra product on this brush either, by the way. I'm now going to take a Zoeva 224, which is very, very flimsy, very long bristles, so literally just blurs completely. I'm going to take, oh, I actually might go for one of the yellows. So I think I'm going to go for Access, maybe with a bit of Agent as well. I'm just going to fluff that, half on the colour, half off, just to really blend it almost away to nothing. And you can do this technique with any colours, it's super, super simple. If you wanted to do this with a black, you could. Place your black down first, blend out with a brown, and then whatever colour. You could do this with blues, greens, pinks, whatever you want to do. It's just a really simple technique of getting an intense smoky eye with not much effort at all. So now I'm going to go back in with my previous brushes. Oh, that looks nice. Now what I'm going to do is take a black kohl pencil. So I'm going to take my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in the shade 0 and throw it all about the place. So I need to sharpen this actually. And I'm going to pop this onto the lash line. Like so. And I'm going to take a tiny little pencil brush and just smudge along. And then I'm just going to take Secret again and I'm going to put it over the top, and that's going to just intensify the colour of the dark brown rather than having it black. I quite like doing this. And then go back in with my R37 and just pat over the top. Make sure everything's completely blended. And then take a big old fluffy brush just to make sure nothing has fallen down. We literally had the smallest amount to fall out. And then what goes up must come down, so let's take that little pencil brush and the shade Secret and run that on the lower lash line. We're going to do quite a low smoky lower lash line. You of course don't need to go as low as I do, but I really like the look of it. I think it makes my eyes look so much bigger. So I'm putting that down with the pencil brush, then I'm going to go in with my R37, and then I'm going to take my 221 with Mugshot, and then take the Armed and Gorgeous palette and the yellow and the orange again with the 224, and just really run that as low as you want it to go. I like it low, like I said, so I'm going to go low. And then I'm going to go in one more time with Secret just to really intensify the smokiness up against the lashes. And I always like to put something in my waterline, so you could either go for a dark brown, a pop of colour, or a black. I'm just going to go for a black because it's here. And then to finish off, I'm just going to take Guilt Trip, which actually is spelt wrong. Surely Guilt is spelt G-U-I-L-T. This says G-I-L-T. Don't know. Guilt Trip and VIP just on my pinky. I'm just mixing those two together. Boop, right into that inner corner, then using a clean finger to just mush that in a little bit more. Gorgeous. So I'm going to do the other eye off camera. Probably going to do my brows as well. So I just use my NYX Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe just to fill them in, fluff them up with Subversion, and that's pretty much all I do. So it's nothing out of the ordinary, and then I'll be back to finish the lip. Okay, so we're back with the lashes and the brows done. Let's do the lips. So I'm just going to go for a classic nude. Who doesn't love a classic nude? So I'm going to tell you my favourite. Classic nude. I'm going to go for the 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the shade Stark Naked by Urban Decay. So let's get the lippies on. Okay, so I just line the lips and fill them in. This is definitely my favourite lip liner, bloody love it. Now I'm going to go in with my Dose of Colours lip gloss in the shade Can You Not. I love the smell of these, and they just wear for such a long time. Hey, look at the pigment. Look at that pigment, so nice. And it tastes like birthday cake, so good. And that just plumps them up a little bit more. So let's set with some setting spray and then we shall be done. This is the finished look. This is the perfect, the ultimate going out makeup, or if you're just going to work, pop into the shops and feel like you want to put a bit of glam on. That's totally cool. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. I haven't worn a classic brown smoky eye all matte for such a long time, and I just love it. I feel like it really makes my eyes really pop. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe and all that jazz. I'm Eloise, this is my channel, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.